I'm going to get straight into today's lesson. I'm going to talk about cycle problems. Now, at the beginning of all our lessons, we start with our knowledge steps. And as this is the trial lesson, and a lot of you won't have been with us in spring term, I'm going to look back on what you've probably already seen in school, or you'll have an idea of what it is. So that's patterns in sequence. So sequences. You might have seen some sequences like number sequences, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So cycles is a little bit similar to that, but it's different. So I'm going to examples first, and then we'll see if we can get our brains into gear. So let's do a really simple example. Let's have circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. This is a cycle. And it's a cycle because it's a pattern which repeats, okay? So it repeats. We've got circle, square, and it repeats. And then it goes back to circle, square, circle, square. That's a really, really simple cycle. Let me give you another one that you will have all known already, but maybe you didn't realize was a cycle. Days of the week, okay? We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then when we get past Sunday, we go back to Monday. We go back to the beginning. So it's a cycle and it keeps repeating. So can you guys help me think of any other cycles? You want to put in the chat box, or you could come up on the video link. I want some examples of some cycles. Emily says months. Fantastic. We've got 12 months in a year, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And when we get to December, we go back to January, and then we start again in a cycle. Okay, I see water and paper. How are water and paper cycles? Not quite. Life cycle, that's a good one. Hours, great. So hours in a day, we've got 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, all the way up to midnight, and then we go back to 1 in the morning. So that's a good one. How about we could have seasons? So we've got spring, summer, autumn, winter, spring, summer. Welcome. Is it Boksuan? Did I pronounce that right? Welcome to the class. See, you're new. Good to hear. We're just experimenting and thinking about what cycles we know at the moment. Let me give you another one you might not have thought about. What about traffic lights? We've got red, then we go orange, then we go green, then we go orange, don't we? And then we go back to red, and it goes in a cycle like that. So who thinks they could spot what the cycle is in this traffic light sequence that I'm drawing? What's the cycle? How many colors are in the cycle? We've got a little bit of a pattern here with the traffic lights, and it keeps repeating. So some 3s and some 4. So that was a bit of a tricky question, but very well done to Austin and We've spotted that the cycle is actually 4. Okay, we do red, orange, green, orange, and then we're back at the beginning. We're back to red, orange, green, orange, and so on. Okay, there's millions of cycles in our life. We've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Or we could have morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening. So it's anything that cycles in a pattern, okay? So we're going to be learning all about that today. We're going to solve some cycle problems. And then looking ahead is normally what we think about lessons that are coming up. So what you can use these kind of skills for, and we've got date problems. So that's solving cycle problems with dates. So that's something you can use in real life. So let's get started. We're going to have a warm up. So we've got a few patterns here. So if you've got these printed out, then you can just fill in the blanks for me. I'm going to give you all a minute. If you haven't got it printed, that's absolutely fine. I just want you to draw 3 answers, and you can write the remaining shapes. So for the first one, you can just draw 2 shapes on your paper, okay? I'm going to give you a minute to all have a go, get warmed up, get our brains into gear. So we need to spot the pattern or the cycle, and then fill in the next 2 for the first one. Good, Austin. I just saw your example days as well. That's a good cycle. Very good cycle. Sean, you don't have to come up at all. You can just share your answers in the chat box. But if you are feeling confident, that's absolutely great. I'll be super excited to see some volunteers. So I'm gonna try my luck. Would anyone like to come up and tell me what they did for number 1? Yay. Hello, Celia.
Hello. So
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good.
What's the cycle in number 1? What's the pattern?
So it's a triangle and a triangle upside down, and then a triangle and a triangle upside down.
Good spot. So how many triangles are there in the cycle?
There's 2.
Good. So what's our next 2 triangles? What should I draw?
You have to draw a normal triangle and an upside down triangle after.
Brilliant. Perfect. I'm going to invite some more guys up soon. Don't you worry. I'm just going to fill in the answers that Celia told us. We've got a normal triangle and an upside down triangle. So this is nice and easy to get started. So we just spotted that the cycle here is a normal triangle and then an upside down triangle. And it keeps repeating. So could somebody come up and help me answer number 2? Let's have somebody else. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good. So what's our cycle for question 2?
The 3 shapes.
3 shapes, okay. So what's my next 3 shapes? What should I draw in the blanks?
The first one is a square, the second one is a circle, and the second one is a triangle.
Brilliant, brilliant, perfect. Thank you very much. So in this one, our cycle is 3 shapes, and we see we can continue the pattern, and we draw 3 more, and I'll get orange. We're going to have a square, a circle, and then a triangle. So very well done. Thank you for all the volunteers. I'm going to have one more volunteer, and we can fill out the last question. So I've got another cycle here, slightly different. Who's going to come up and help me fill in the answers? Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? You okay?
Yes.
Good. So what's the cycle in the third question?
The first one is a black circle, then it's a plain circle, and then it's a plain circle.
So what's my next three blanks? How should I fill in the answer?
Just a black circle.
And then?
And then a white circle.
And then?
A white circle again.
Top man. Very well done. Tina, I will choose everybody as we go through the lesson, I'm afraid. I was choosing the first person that put their hand up, I'm afraid. But don't you worry, you'll be coming. I didn't avoid you. So we've got another pattern here. So very well spotted. This time we've got 3 things and 3 items. So I call them items because I've got 3 things. In this case, they're shapes. 3 shapes in the cycle. I'm just going to carry that on, and I'm going to draw a black circle and then 2 plain circles. So if you got all of those right, give yourselves a pat on the back. I'm going to send around some more coins. We're all warmed up now and ready to solve some cycle problems, I think. Good.